Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ron and I am in my 22 Subaru Outback Wilderness. So about a year or so ago, I released a video of my Outback having an oil leak at 1400 miles. So I'm sure it was leaking before then, but that's when I decided to go under the car and just inspect a couple things. So first of all, big shout out to Subaru. They got my car back to me within a few days and everything was pretty smooth as can be. Yes, I was a little pissed off about the whole car situation since it's a brand new car, but it already had issues with the oil pan leaking. So if you guys are unfamiliar with the issues, it was, like I said, the oil pan seal. I guess it failed. The RTV that they put on the oil pan failed, and that's what caused it to leak. There was a couple other leaks. Oil sensor ahead of the oil pan leaked as well, and so that had to be replaced. So now we are at 6,100 miles, and that's around 4,700 miles of not checking and using the same oil. So I think it's time for an oil change. So I'm making this video as a follow-up to the 1,400 mile oil leak. So like I said, 6,100 miles, and so we are approaching the 5,000 mile interval for the oil change. I don't know what Subaru recommends nowadays, but I usually do 3,500 to 4,500 depending on, you know, how I feel, I guess. But yeah, I'm a little anxious to go down there to inspect, but we're gonna have to do it sooner or later, so I'm doing it today. I'm gonna try to be as concise as I can, and I don't want to drag out this video. So the purpose of it is to just inspect under there for any leaks and to see if the repair Subaru did just about a year ago held up, or how it held up. You know, I haven't been seeing any leaks on the garage floor, so that's always a good indicator. But like I said, I want to go under there and really inspect it up close, and if there's no issues, then I guess we're good to go. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just warming up the car a little bit, get it up on the quick jacks, and then change the oil. Okay, so before we actually change the oil, believe it or not, I just got a phone call from my local Subaru saying that the black Tokyo Roki oil filters are now available. If you guys are unaware, Mr. Subaru made a couple videos on the oil filters, specifically the Subaru ones. And the difference between these two right here is this one is the emergency filter. So I guess at some point Subaru ran out of the Subaru filters made by Honeywell, and so they had to pair up with another company really quickly to stock up on some oil filters. And so this is why you'll notice this is blank, and this one has the Subaru logo and a bunch of words on it. According to Mr. Subaru's videos, this one, the emergency one, is actually a little better than these ones right here. So I was always told that you go with the black oil filter since those are more superior to these ones right here. If Subaru didn't call me saying that the black filter was available, the black filter from Tokyo Roki was available, then I was just gonna go ahead and use this one. But since it's available, I'm gonna go ahead and swing by the dealership and pick those up. And I think I actually need to get another quart of oil. I like having an extra quart on hand. I think I have 5 right here, so I'm gonna pick up one more and then we'll get started on the oil change. We just got back and we got the filters. Here's the part number for anyone interested. These supersede these ones right here. So here's the old part number compared to the new one. So I just got 3 of them. I didn't want to hoard them too much, but yeah, let's go ahead and start the oil change. Okay, got the car all lifted and secured. What I plan to do is just go take a look at the oil pan with the flashlight and then wipe it down to see if there's any oil. Last time I was here before the repair, there was oil all over, and I remember there was some oil on the sway bar, but now I see the dust on it, so I think it's pretty dry, which is good. And then there's a little bit of oil right there where the plug is, but I'm not worried because it looks like it's coming from the plug, so maybe the crush washer is faulty, but everything else so far looks dry. Let's see. don't see anything. So like I said, aside from that right there where the drain plug is coming from, it's all good. So I think it's safe to say that the repair is good. I don't see any oil anywhere else. I remember it was even here too on this side, but I don't see anything now. So yeah, I'll take that as a win. Like I said, I think that's just from the drain plug or from the crush washer itself, because I remember I had to take a little bit of oil out when they overfilled it, so I didn't replace it because I didn't have enough. You know, when you take it out, it pours out, so that's why I couldn't replace it then. But yeah, everything else looks dry, at least from what I could tell. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the oil change. This is good. Alright, so I'm just waiting for it to drain, put some fresh oil through there. I don't know, it's like a thing I do just to hopefully flush it out even more. But we'll prep the other things. Yeah, I made a mess. I gotta get a Fumoto valve. Okay, just cleaned off the oil drain plug, and we got the crush washer right here. I'll try to put all the part numbers and stuff in the description so you guys can check it out. But basically there's two sides to this thing, a flat side and a round side. We want the round side to the oil pan, so that means that the flat side is gonna be on the drain plug. So if you guys can see that, flat side on the drain plug, just like so. So when you tighten it to 30 or so foot-pounds, it'll crush and form a seal. So we got the new oil filter right here. Just gonna open up fresh quart of oil, 0.20, and just pour some in there. Take a little bit on your finger, rub it on the O-ring, so that way it doesn't get stuck the next time you do your oil change. All right, let's go fill up the car. About 4.5 quarts in there, and looks to be at the full mark. So I'm gonna stop here and then add oil as necessary, but for now it looks to be good. Now we got the oil in there, we're gonna start the car and then let it run for a few minutes, let it cool off, and then check the oil level again. So like I said, I'm just in the car, started it up, getting all that oil cycled for a few minutes before dropping the car. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you guys how to do the maintenance screen if you choose to. This is not mandatory, it's not necessary, but I'll show you guys anyway. So if you're at the home screen, go to car info, go to maintenance, and this is where you can set notifications for engine oil, your oil filter, tires, and just a general maintenance schedule. So you hit the settings button, and you could choose to be notified by the notification date or the distance remaining of the oil. I'm just gonna do a general date of February 1st, 2024. And then for the distance, again, you can go with Subaru's recommendation. I'm gonna choose to go with 4,500 miles, so it gives me some time to buy some oil and stuff like that. Same thing with the filter. Let's do February 1st, 2024, and 4,500 miles. So there we go. This is gonna notify you as you approach February, or if you exceed the mileage that you set, whichever comes first. But yeah, I like to keep track, just, you know, on my iPhone of everything I do to the car. So this is cool, but I still keep my own personal records. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes before checking the oil level. All right guys, so the oil change is now complete. I guess the purpose of this video again was just to check if the repairs that Subaru did for the RTV oil pan seal were effective. So just by looking at it from under there, it was completely dry, aside from the crush washer on the oil drain plug, but that's no big deal. And I guess a little nice surprise in this video was the better oil filter from Tokyo Roki. Again, this is the part number, which I will link down below so you guys can get it. Again, it's the black one, not the blue ones. Thank you again to Mr. Subaru for pointing that out. Everything's good to go, no leaks. Car started just fine. So if you guys made it this far throughout the entire video, then I appreciate the support. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.